Thank you. Welcome, everyone, to the January 14th, 2019 meeting of the Delaware County Board of Commissioners. Chief Balzer, would you lead us in the pledge, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I'm Barb Lewis, and with me is fellow Commissioner Gary Merrill, our Administrator Mike Fromer, and our Clerk Jennifer Walraven. Let's begin.
Resolution number 19-25, in the matter of approving the electronic record of proceedings from regular meeting held January 10th, 2019.
So moved.
Second, discussion vote.
Vote on motion 19-25. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
And Mr. Benton is absent today. We do not have any public comment or elected official comment today, so that brings us to item number 4, and our Director of Child Support, Joyce Bowens.
Welcome,
morning.
Joyce.
Joyce Bowens, Director of Child Support. Thank you for letting me take a few minutes this morning to recognize my staff. Jeff Aldridge, the Deputy Director of the State of Ohio, Office of Child Support, announced the 2018 awards for outstanding performance. The Delaware County was recognized for our contributions in the Ohio Child Support Program. Delaware County was recognized for 4 categories: Best Performance Collections on Current Support in a Medium Caseload Division, Best Performance Collections on Cases with Arrears in a Medium Caseload Division, Total Disbursement for Total Full-Time Employee, which basically is our cost effectiveness. For every dollar the agency spent, we collected $18.56 in child support payments. We also received the best overall performance in the medium-sized caseload division. Our achievements is shaped by the strength of our staff. I wanted to thank everyone for their hard work and dedication. We continue to be a leader in the state of Ohio, which is a very positive reflection on our agency and our staff.
Boy, thank you. I know we mentioned this last week in session, and there are so many awards.
We actually battled who's going to mention it.
I know, I had my paper already, and then I called on Commissioner Merrill first. Well, I can call on you now. Any other comments?
I think we said it all last week. We were pleased. I don't know if any of you actually heard it or not, but we bragged about you last week. And I think admire, respect the job you do, and thank you very much for your service to the county and to the taxpayers in the county.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, and what you just said, too, for every dollar, $18 is, every dollar spent, $18 is returned. I mean, all of that, every category. Thank you so much. I mean, that's excellent. Team, excellent leadership.
Thank you. We definitely have a great team. If you guys will stand up just real quick. Of course, this is my staff.
Gosh.
You're supposed to never ask a question you don't know the answer to, but we're in the medium group, and it's $18 and something per dollar spent. I'm going to guess that probably compares favorably with the larger areas as well.
Actually, the $18.56 is very rare. The norm is around $4.50.
So,
Gee, oh my gosh.
very good.
Would anyone else like to say anything? No.
They're not always this shy.
They're not, yeah, they're not. I didn't think they were. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thanks
you,
for
guys.
coming over too in this freezing weather.
you.
Yeah, thank you, Joyce. Okay.
Item number 5, resolution number 19-26, in the matter of approving purchase orders, then and now certificates and payments of warrants in batch number CM APR 0111.
So moved.
Second, discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 19-26. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 19-27, in the matter of approving a contract between the Licking County Board of Commissioners and the Delaware County Board of Commissioners regarding reciprocal inmate housing.
So moved.
Second, discussion.
Morning, Commissioners. I'm Jeff Balzer, Chief Deputy with the Sheriff's Office. We previously had a contract with Licking County allowing them to house prisoners in our facility. They had some overcrowding and we had space available, so that's happened occasionally over the past year or two. We have formulated one other reciprocal housing agreement. It was with Knox County, if you'll recall. We have that in place, I call it just in case. We don't need to house any of our inmates because of overcrowding at other facilities, but there are occasionally other reasons we need to keep them separate. Whether it be a court case or someone they're testifying against, we've run into that recently. And this allows us a little more flexibility. So basically, it incorporates the prior agreement with Licking County, where we still are holding, I think, last week when I looked at it, I think we were holding 5 or 6 people for them. This also allows us to hold 1 or 2, or if we need to, with their facility then. Under the same agreement as we had before, as far as the medical and everything else.
When you hold them for the other counties, is it typically for the same reasons, they want to keep people separate, or they're overcrowded?
It's different. For Licking County right now, it's because they're overcrowded. We are holding some sentenced misdemeanor prisoners for Licking County. The agreement we have with Knox County was exactly what you said, in case they need to keep someone separate. And that's what came up with us about a week or so ago.
Oh, okay.
So it's just handy to have the agreement in place, just in case we need it then.
Is there an agreement in place for other counties then? I guess not, from what you're saying.
Well, in the ORC, it allows the sheriff to accept a prisoner from another county, just
Okay.
accept it that way. But in talking with Andrew King, it's best to have it all spelled out, our obligations. I actually do have one that'll be coming to you soon. We just got the signed documents today from Pike County, because we're currently holding a prisoner for them.
Really? That's exactly, I thought of Pike
Yes.
County.
Now, that's going to be a little bit different. It won't be a reciprocal housing agreement because they don't have a facility for us to put anyone in. There's a very small facility, so I can't foresee a situation we'd send someone to them. But in this case, and this specific prisoner, we are going to be holding this inmate for probably through the trial, so it could be a year or so.
This has to do with the events of about a year ago?
Yes, sir.
Boy, I mean, to give the flexibility to all parties is great.
It does. We've kind of reached out to these. I want to be ready in advance, so if something comes up, it's not a last-minute scramble. The sheriffs usually work really well together, but I want to have something in place that we can just make a call, and it's that easy.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. Vote.
Vote on motion 19-27. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye,
Thank you.
thank you.
Resolution number 19-28, in the matter of approving a transfer of funds for Job and Family Services.
So moved.
Second, discussion.
Good morning, Commissioners. Bob Anderson, Director of Job and Family Services. This is a quarterly transfer of shared expenses within our own funds. This is where we're basically paying operation costs out of our Public Assistance Fund, excuse me, and then we reimburse on a quarterly basis from our Workforce Development Fund and our Children's Services Fund. So I'm asking for $31,092.11 be transferred from Workforce Investment Act funds and $235,965.95 from the Children's Services Fund back into public assistance.
Questions? Vote.
Vote on motion 19-28. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 19-29, in the matter of approving the contract and the First Amendment to the Child Placement Services contract between the Delaware County Department of Job and Family Services, the Delaware County Board of Commissioners, and Quality Care Residential Homes Incorporated.
So moved.
Second, discussion.
This is a new provider working with one of our youth. The youth was actually placed in a placement earlier, or in the fall of 2018 at over $400 a day, and this is $285 per day. It's a group home setting in Cleveland.
Okay. Vote.
Vote on motion 19-29. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 19-30, in the matter of approving the plats of subdivision for Desert 2 subdivision Lot 4174, Division Number 1, the Cottages at Hyatt's, a re-subdivision of Lot 6798 of the Scioto Reserve Expansion, Section 1, Phase B, and Sycamore Trail.
So moved.
Second, discussion.
Good morning, Commissioners. Rob Riley, Chief Deputy Engineer. Each of these plats has been approved by the required county agencies I would just note that Sycamore Trail is a 18-lot, single-family subdivision off of Africa Road, and then Cottage Heights is I believe a 57-lot condominium development off of Hyatt's Road. The other two are small re-subdivision of existing lots, and recommending your approval.
Okay. Vote?
Vote on motion 19-30. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 19-31, in the matter of approving right-of-way work permit summary sheet.
So moved.
Second, sorry.
Discussion? Vote? Oh, whoops, sorry. Discussion.
We had just 3 routine utility permits and recommending your approval.
Vote?
Vote on motion 19-31. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 19-32, in the matter of approving a service contract between the Delaware County Board of Commissioners and Bishop Downey Albrecht Reinhoff LLP, attorneys at law.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
Good morning, Dawn Houston, Deputy Administrator. I'm recommending your approval of this agreement with Fishel Downey, a law firm that we've worked with for many years for our labor and employment matters. This agreement would begin today and then go through 2021. The rates are very reasonable, I believe, in terms of law firm rates, and if you have any additional questions, I'd be happy to answer them for you.
It is reasonable. And they've done good work for us, so,
They have for many years.
yes. Vote?
Vote on motion 19-32. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Thank you.
That brings us to administrator reports.
Morning, Commissioners. I'm happy to report we received an email from Andy Miller, who's the superintendent of Buckeye Valley Schools. He wanted to give a shout out to Andrew Shorter and Dwayne Matlack for working with them very proactively on the east and west elementary schools that the school district is building. And, you know, he said that they've been a real big part of helping the construction progress so they can meet their deadlines and everything like that. So just wanted to let you know it was good to get that note and to know that they're going above and beyond to help facilitate those important projects. So that's all I have.
Okay, Commissioner Merrill.
I only have one thing. I got a phone call Friday afternoon from Bob Horrocks, our leader at SourcePoint, and he announced he's retiring.
Oh, really?
And it doesn't have a date. I think it'll have something to do with as they find his replacement. But I did ask for his permission to mention it today's session. I've had the privilege of working with Bob for the last 6 years. He's very dedicated to this community. He's had a lot to do with the SourcePoint as we understand and see it today. So I wish him the best in his retirement when ultimately he does leave. That may be 4, 5, 6 months, but he will be missed. So I just,
Oh, he will be missed, yes. Boy, he's done tremendous work at SourcePoint. Gee, thank you. This is a big day today. Governor DeWine now took the oath of office at midnight at his home, and I received a notice today from Gongwer, a news update. Gongwer is one of the major news services covering the State House, and he has already issued 6 executive orders. It says minutes after he was sworn in, and they are 1, to create a governor's recovery initiative, 2, to create the governor's children's initiative, 3, to establish Ohio as a disability inclusion state and model employer of people with disabilities, 4, to elevate foster care as a priority issue, and also to elevate prevention efforts within the Department of Mental Health and Addiction Services. And so he's not wasting any time in getting started. I thought a number of good initiatives. Over the years, too, he has been very active in helping people who have disabilities and also mental health challenges. So I also want to wish all of our other new state office holders well, and certainly we have our Dave Yost, who is now Attorney General, who will be having a formal ceremony this afternoon, too. And to our former governor, who is from Genoa Township in Delaware County, he has now stepped down. So good wishes to everyone in leading our state forward. And that's all I have.
We do have need for executive session today.
Okay.
Resolution number 19-33, in the matter of adjourning into executive session for consideration of discipline of a public employer or public official and for pending or imminent litigation.
So moved.
Second, discussion vote.
Vote on motion 19-33. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye, we are now recessed into executive session.
Resolution number 19-34, in the matter of adjourning out of executive session.
So moved.
Second, discussion vote.
Vote on motion 19-34. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye,
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
we are adjourned.